It was a bright and sunny day. Earlier in the day, I had heard some noise that sounded like the front disc brakes needed changing. So I was anticipating a noisy drive home, but this was noisier than what I would have expected from a rotor rubbing a disc. In fact, it was a metal scraping noise, and what was unusual is that it didn't go away. You can't really hear it in the video, but as a driver inside the vehicle, I could definitely hear it. It was a scraping noise that didn't change with the brakes being engaged or not. So it started to make a noise that was much different than what I was used to hearing with bad brakes or brakes that needed to be repaired. So I pulled in over here to see if I could see any indication of what was going on. And also, too, I had already stopped a couple of times and checking just by putting my hand over the wheels to see how hot the rotors were, because I didn't want to melt anything down and certainly didn't want to catch anything on fire. I did see some indication of the passenger side front rotor on the inside having some unusual wear, which kind of made me hope that it was still just a problem with the brakes. Now I'm driving through here, and I don't know if you can notice it or not, but the front of the Jeep is actually being pulled to the right. So along with the noise and the rattling noise, I'm getting this pull to the right. So I slowed down, thinking I wasn't sure what was going on or how hard it was going to pull to the right. And don't think I didn't think that it was going to happen right along these rails. Because I figured if Murphy's Law was going to kick in, it was going to kick in right here. And it actually did pull me towards the railing a little bit. It was nothing I couldn't control. So I really didn't think I could go much further with the situation, so I pulled off into the grass. It was a nice, relatively safe area to pull off. Although I think I blocked this lady. As you can see, there's a little walk trail there. Yeah, that was a big help. It also helped me in diagnosing the problem. It kind of bothered me, though. It's wobbling. I don't think that's going to be a brake issue. Well, I still don't see a problem. I'm still not getting a lot of heat from the rotors, so maybe I can make it. At this point, I'm about 6.8 miles from the house. Yeah, no, man, it sounded like something bad was wrong and was likely to come apart at any moment. At least the scenery was very nice. I mean, other than them working on the building over there to the left. Nice, cool weather for a change here in Texas. So the tow truck driver was, I had told him that I had a wheel bearing going out. I had made that determination by the time he had gotten there. And you could actually see the wheel, the passenger side front wheel leaning in towards the top a little bit. It's kind of hard to see on the still images that I posted up on Facebook, but I could see it while I was standing there looking at it and taking the picture. it was more a comparison to the other the wheel on the other side. So here we are getting to the house. I'm glad they were able to accommodate my wishes for a flatbed wrecker, not a trailer, I guess. And I was bound and determined to not leave my baby on the street, but pull her into the garage. So I figured, if the wheel was going to fall off, which I didn't think they could, to be honest with you. I'd never heard of one falling off due to a bad wheel bearing. I have since heard otherwise. But come hell or high water, I was going to drive it into the garage and park it till I could repair it. And you have to keep in mind, I noticed that while I was turning, like when I was backing out of the parking space at the parking garage at work, that as I was backing up and turning the wheels, it was like the brakes were being engaged. I normally just let it idle backwards, and then when I get positioned, I drop it into drive and drive forward. Well, I had to give it some gas, so turning the wheel made a difference, and I think it was just the wheel bearing was messed up, and it was putting pressure on the brake, or something was physically rubbing against the rotor, acting as a brake. Yes, that noise was the the bad unit bearing. Thanks for watching.